Alright, ladies and gentlemen, and let's get the marches in, because are we all expecting some high amount of gems? Let's find out. 352,000 gems, and the numbers are going up. Oh my god, that's actually 1,400 gems. So hello everyone and welcome back to another Rise of Kingdom video. My name is Legend Ronnie and today we're gonna do some gem gathering. Now how about that? I've been doing gem gathering for almost 4.5 hours. I started at 13:25. I put everything on the paper, even the gems that I have, all the information that I need. So all my marchers are farming gems except one, which I use it for AoE bar farming. Unfortunately, I picked Lohar and he's not really sustaining the damage from these high level barbarians, meaning that his troop count went pretty low. I ended up just killing low level barbarians single march just because he's not recovering the troops as he should. So Richard would have done a better job on AoE bar farming. So how I actually done this is basically I haven't used any kind of action points. So whenever my action points were actually going low, as you're noticing over here, I was just finding a gem mine and I was just putting him inside this gem mine. So right now I'm outside with 4 marchers farming. Now the best way you can do this is making sure that you take a bigger march. I went overkill. You don't need to use army expansion. I wasn't sure because it's the first time I'm actually just trying this for the purpose of the content, because I'm always advising gem farming, right? But I've never done it. So I had to do it at least once so I can do a video just recording that. And I used the 25 expansion because I have enough, but it's overkill. You don't need it. Trust me. If you just use your normal expansion troops, it's more than okay. You're also noticing that some of my marchers are finishing. Now the best way you can actually do this, when they are about to finish, you want to make sure that you search for more gems, because you want to know ahead where your march is going to go next. So for example, you're noticing that my marches are a little bit spread across the map. This is also another advice that I want to give you. You want to make sure that you try to cover as much area as possible, because you never know where the gem tiles have finished. So right now this one just finished, and the best way you can do it is just by hovering around the map and just finding another level 3 gem tile. If I'm correct, they spawn every half an hour, which is really good. The reason I haven't done gem farming because I knew something about 3 hours. They respawn every 3 hours, which is obviously long. But here in the Lost Kingdom, now that I'm farming for about 4.5 hours, I can tell you that it's about every 30 minutes or half an hour that they actually spawn, which is actually great. So gem farming can actually be a thing. So you can either just look around like this, or you can zoom out a little bit more, even more a little bit, and you can see like this. Now if this is not really good for you, you're noticing that this is, I already found one, but there's someone farming it, and look at that. So I found one that is nobody farming it, so I'm just gonna send my march already to it. Now I already know that this march is also gonna finish soon, so I wanna make sure that at least I know around this area that there is a gem mine or somewhere around the area. So I'm gonna look for another gem mine for this one as well. The gem mines are also easier to identify. You can also tell because they have a number 3. So all the rest of the tiles, they are higher numbers, so you can just gather and march. 4 minutes. Another trick that I can give you about is when you have your AoE farming march and one of the tiles is about to finish, and you already found a second tile close to that march, you can start sending your AoE farming march towards the gathering, because it indicates that someone is going to that mine, meaning that if other players found it as well, he's not going to go towards it. When that march is actually finishing your tile, you send that march, then you can resume your AoE farming. I always prioritize making sure that my 4 marchers are farming gems before I actually went and doing AoE farming. Now I'm getting close to the time, so obviously all the marchers, I'm gonna stop them from farming and I'm gonna send them home. My AoE farming march, I started with 1000 action points, because being VIP 17 I obviously have a larger action points pool, but I wanted to make this as realistic as possible, so I started with 1,000 action points. I haven't used action points at all, just the normal generation, and whenever I was running out of action points, I was just putting this march, my AoE farming march, inside a gem tile so you can farm gems as well. Now, why is actually worth it to farm gems? Gems is something that you need all the times and every single time. If you're a free-to-play player, you should have farm accounts that should actually bring you resources. This is something that you should do all the time because you need gems. You need gems for castle, you need gems for VIP, and especially VIP. So there's always moments when you actually need gems as free-to-play. Now in the Lost Kingdom, there's something very special about it. First of all, it's very easy to find runes, as you're noticing that I have a 10% gathering rune. On top of that, you have the past glory bonuses, gathering speed. Then you have the Crusader the Crusader camp, not fortress, which is another 25% gathering speed. There's quite a lot of gathering speed bonuses that you have while in the Lost Kingdom. So it's actually very easy to farm gems because the bonuses are pretty high. The marches that you want to use is entirely up to you. But if you have a max Cleopatra, it does give you resource packs after each gathering. So it does give you 30 resource packs after each gathering. Constant is very important to actually use because she does give you 10%. Joan of Arc gives you higher gathering speed, as well as Sarka, because these commanders that have all type of gathering speed. So another tip that I can actually give you is about where you can actually search or which areas you can actually go. I already mentioned about the positioning, that you want to cover as much ground as possible, but we are on the second zone, so you're noticing that we are everyone clumped up together in this area, meaning that the starting area is pretty much free. So all the players that are in the starting area, they are pretty much just farming, and I can guarantee you nobody's actually rushing to go for gem farming. So you kind of have an open season for gems farming in the starting area once everyone is moving to the second area. So can you actually just farm a lot of gems each day? Yes, you can. Just before, until my marches are going to reach home, that's going to take a while, I also wrote down the amount of gem cards. So the amount of gems cards that I actually got from AoE farming is 30. So I wrote down, and I made 300 gems just from AoE farming. I wouldn't really call it AoE farming. You could have probably get a lot more, because like I mentioned, I got my Lohar out, which wasn't able to sustain so much AoE. He was not healing enough. If I would have had my Richard out, I would have done a lot more AoE farming and probably would have been a little bit more gems. But still, I don't have to say that I'm really hyped about this gem gathering thing. Not sure that this is actually for medium spenders or high spenders. We should actually gather gold, but I wanted to do this for free-to-play players because I'm advising it, right? I'm advising it. Everyone when is asking, yes, farm gems, but I never done it. So this was the strategy that I actually used. I am expecting to have about 1,500 gems or a little bit over 1,500 gems. When I started gathering, I noticed that it's about 22 minutes. Some marches were 20 minutes or even lower, depending if you're farming on your own territory as well. So the time varies all the time, but on average I made like 22 minutes until you can farm 30 gems. With 4 marches I made an average of 300 gems per hour. That was my average, how far I got to. I would say that's pretty good. Play like 3 hours with AoE farming as well, you should easily make 1,000 gems. If you play 3 hours each day, 1,000 gems a day, that should bring you to about 30,000 gems a month. That will help you a lot how to upgrade your castle, how to upgrade your VIP. Now think about this, players that probably invest more time. Now the more time you invest, the more gems you get. There's a lot of benefits out of gem farming, because where else can you actually get gems if you're not spending money? So this is the gift of the Nile that you get from Cleopatra once you finish it. So this is 4 barbarians, and there you go, 40 gems I got from 80 gems. So this was 4 barbarians that I got in a group, and I got 80 gems just from these barbarians. Out of the 300 that I got in 4 hours, these 2 barbarians, or this group of barbarians, apparently seems to be the luckiest group for me. They got the majority of my gems, 25% from AoE farming. Just as a small note, I also resetted my Lohar. I was trying to make him recover even more health. after each and every battle. Not that he actually needs it. This was the talent tree that I used on Lohar. Like I said, I was trying for him to recover more health after each and every battle. It worked, it was definitely recovering more, but it didn't help because it only recovers once the battle ends. After each chain of barbarians that I was doing, it was still not recovering a lot. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, and let's get the marches in and let the gem rolls go up, because are we all expecting some high amount of gems? Let's find out. 352,000 gems, and the numbers are going up. Oh my god, that's actually 1,400 gems, so I don't even have to use any math because it was 352,076. Whoa, so I'm super excited. Plus 300 gems from the AoE farming. That is 1,700 gems that I got in 4.5 hours. So I would say that 1,000 gems every 3 hours, that's an easy way how we can actually get it. If I done it, you can do it as well. You're probably saying, well, 1,500 gems might just not be a lot. 1,500 gems is one army expansion that you can get from the courier station, from the mysterious shop, when it's 70% off. So you can actually increase your battle efficiency. With the 50% army expansions, that is the best way. So just by spending 3 hours or 4 hours in the game, and you make 1,500 gems, and you sort out that army expansion, or you're getting closer to your castle 25, or you're saving up, stocking up some gems for your VIP. Was this actually worth it? Definitely. And you're noticing wherever I used constants that you can actually get +4. So this is extra gems, because I'm looking at the gathering report. Now this is from the Alliance Stone Pit, because my plan, just to put it out there, was to just do with 3 marches to do gems gathering, so you can actually see them very nicely on the right. But I've done the math, and at some point I noticed that I'm not getting the gems per hour that I wanted to, so I went with 4 marches. So just to put that out there as well. This is probably from Lohar, because he's the one that going from tile to tile. From the regular marches is just +1 as the extra. That's the 6% from the talent. Using constants with Joan of Arc, it's probably the best way to put it, because it also gathers faster and you also get extra at the end. That's where Seondeok can actually pay off as well if you have her max, because Seondeok does 10% at the end of the gathering as well. So that's everything that I used. That's exactly how I've done. So 4.5 hours of gathering and I got 1,700 gems. 4 marches gathering, 1 doing AoE barb, and that was the wrong way to do it, because my Lohar, after the first 2 AoEs, it just went kaputski. I couldn't do anymore because he lost like 80,000 troops, so I went on solo marches. So using a 511 Richard, which I had him, and I don't know why I didn't want him, because of the resource packages. I wanted to get resource packages from the peacekeeping commanders. That's why I used Lohar first. I was hoping that he will survive. But I do have a 511 Richard, and that should have been his purpose. So if I would have gone Richard and YSG, then it would have never died. The march would have never died. And I would have been able to keep doing much more. Probably I would have gone up to 2,000 gems, easily 2,000 gems. 1,000 gems per 3 hours, let's just do it for the average players. And I would say that that's a pretty nice way to do it. And it is a good way, and it will help you a lot. If there's any questions, or you still believe that you have some questions about gems gathering, you can definitely drop it in the comment section below, and I'll definitely answer it to you. Until next time, this is your boy Geroni signing off. Peace out, yo, and take care. See you on the next one. Stay safe out there.